We have a really badass movie to talk about today, Mad Max Fury Road. Now this review is kind of overdue, because I should have been talking about this when it was first released, because this is one of the best action movies I've seen this year. I'm not exaggerating. To set the scene for the people who don't know the plot, the movie is basically about this woman named Furiosa, and Mad Max is there, but he's not the focal point of the movie. It begins with him to show that this is in the Mad Max world, but this is very much about Furiosa and her journey along the Fury Road, and her journey eventually with Mad Max. Now, like the previous films, you're out in the desert of Australia, and much like the previous one, which also took place in the desert, it's action to action to action all the way through the movie, but that doesn't take away from it in the slightest. What we have here is a movie that is really, really cleverly made. And you can tell that the director spent time with, the crew of this movie to make sure everything worked. And boy, did that pay off, because the cinematography is incredible. Not only is the cinematography incredible, but the color grading. Oh my gosh! Like, there was one scene, just to give you a description of it, where it was all blue. The skies are like all blue and white, and everything's white, but then they have this torchlight. This, I forget what it was. It was something like that. And the torchlight was the only thing that showed the color of their skin, and something like that. And I was like, I don't know how they did that, but that is really, really clever. I've never seen anything like in a movie like that before. Furiosa, the main lead, played by Charlize Theron, she totally kicks ass. We've seen our fair share of good lead roles in movies. Linda Hamilton, I forget her name, but Emily Blunt's character in Edge of Tomorrow, and Furiosa is another one to add to that list, because she kicks ass. She just does. I mean, she starts out by saving these women. She's got this band of women that she's sort of saved and is protecting and looking after, one of whom is carrying a baby, and she just, it's so incredible seeing her in this role. I mean, I've seen my fair share of female roles, and she pulled it off. You know, I have to talk about Tom Hardy for a sec. He doesn't say too much in this movie. When he does, it's not overly that much, but he's really only there to reiterate that this is a Mad Max film. Essentially, this is about Furiosa and her road, if you will. And it delivers from start to finish, okay? There is so much action in this film that it is breathtaking. I mean, literally breathtaking. I was puffed out myself just watching this, because like I said, it goes from action to action to action, and it just doesn't stop. You think it's finished, and it just keeps going. And then you're like, oh, yep, it's finished. Nope, no, it's still going. Yeah, oh, yay, we finally get it. Nope, it's still going. You know, it's just so cool to see something like that. One of the most metal parts of the movie is the fact that there's a guy with a flamethrower guitar. How freaking cool is that? I mean, I've seen tons of awesome things in movies, but that takes the cake. That is memorable. That is music video brilliance right there. That's legendary music video quality stuff. You know, I mean, it's not a music video. But it with that guy in there, parts of it did feel like it. I kind of actually wanted more of him. I wanted more of that metal, and I wish they had that. Had maybe him play a song. That would have been really cool. But yeah, you didn't get too much of him. The score was really good as well. You know, despite it not being too metal there. The score was really good. It set that scene of a desolate landscape and so on and so forth, of the hunger for survival that everyone had, how it was sort of a every man for himself kind of thing. Uh, well, yeah. Oh, one thing I must add is the minor female roles in this movie as well. The minor female roles, and this is something not a lot of people have talked about in the review, they were on par also. You know, in fact, I think it might have been due to the director and Charlize Theron's acting that really helped them, because the chemistry between them, you had them working with each other, they were really, really good. Even though they were minor roles. And that was good to see. The bad guy in this, he was really good. And it's just so good to see an action film like this. I mean, the way I should sum it up, is that if someone was to tell me, or ask me, sorry, what a proper action film is, how to do an action film properly, I would point to this movie. This is how you do it. Big explosions, non-stop action, beginning to end. Story that is, not too deep, but has weight to it in parts. Without being too, it an action film needs to know it's an action film. And this knows that, it goes with that, and it succeeded. Do I recommend it to others? Yes, I do. I will be back with a review for Inside Out, because I need to review that. I just need to. It's not an action film, it's a freaking Disney film, but it's really smart film. So I will review that in my next video. But for now, I'm Tony James. I will see you next time. Peace.